I'm trying really hard to keep my cool and not get all scared and rock this boat and roll over, because this thing could flip instantly if I were to just lean wrong one way. All the gear, everything would be in the river. Kind of feel like I'm helpless. I'm just sitting here.
All of a sudden, Billy hears a distant gunshot in the woods, and it's much louder and closer to Ashley.
What is that?
Feel for Billy.
Did you hear a gunshot out by you or no?
Actually, I did hear it. One loud gunshot. Oh, the sound of that.
As we have the local police department securing a large perimeter around this forest, we are very curious to know where this unexplained gunshot came from. Right as we are about to radio Ashley to come back to base, something makes its presence known to her, both audibly and visually.
Why are you doing this to people? Is there something I need to know? Okay. Is there something I need to know?
Soon after Ashley freaks out from hearing something growl at her, she amazingly stands her ground and remains in the woods, at which time she begins seeing this very oddly shaped glowing anomaly with her own eyes.
Oh my God! I don't know if you can see it. There was like a weird light. I don't know how to explain it. It was just a weird light right over there, and it's not there anymore. Who are you?
When Ashley returns to base, we notice a swollen welt on the side of her face, where earlier she felt this unseen force knock her to the ground.
Does it hurt?
Yeah.
Soon after this investigation, Ashley, who has been our still photographer on Ghost Adventures for years, sadly had to quit the show after suffering a very serious attachment that she is still dealing with today. After seeing the female member of our crew physically marked and in pain, our suspicions of these woods and bridge being haunted by an evil creature are quickly becoming a reality. As Billy finally returns, it is now time for us to enter the woods and hunt down this entity.
Everybody watch each other's backs.
What was that, dude?
Seriously, come here. There's a berry spider crawling on your neck.
Just as I'm about to enter this cave-like entrance to the forest, a massive spider goes straight for my jugular.
What?
It's as if the forest has a way of trying to prevent us from entering. But what we capture next is terrifying, yet absolutely amazing. You can easily make out two glowing eyes as they manifest in the center of the entrance. These eyes are free-floating in mid-air. They have no body, and we cannot debunk them as being anything easily explainable, as this is not any type of animal. Is this the entity watching us?
What was that, guys? What was that? That was a snake. It sounded like a slithering snake across the path.
We have already captured multiple venomous copperheads just before heading off, which is why we are also wearing these protective leg guards, as this is a place known to be infested with venomous snakes. And do I ever hate snakes?
I'm ready. What was that? I just heard humming. I just heard down there. I was talking. I heard Jay. I heard it behind you.
Good thing I stopped. I would have walked right in. Hang on. Something just hit some wood over here.
Yeah. And then I heard humming. Like, What was that? Some shadow just hit you, dude. What just came at you?
I saw that.
What was that?
I don't know. Something just touched my leg. Man.
Bro, I just saw a shadow fly by. Let's rewind.
Now that you got us, what are you going to do to us? We're here in your habitat. We crossed your bridge. I heard footsteps. Hurry up. Go, 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 go.
After walking for miles and peering between thousands of branches that resemble the long, crooked fingers of the Grim Reaper, we can only sense the presence of something sinister watching our every move. We cannot yet see it with our own eyes, so Jay suggests the ultimate and most dangerous plan ever.
Jay, you want to go try to conjure him? So I was just thinking that. Stir it up. I was doing a lot of research because of everything that's been going on. I wanted to see what we're dealing with. I found this ancient text that has a step-by-step process of how to banish demons. I've never done this before, and I don't recommend anyone ever doing this. It's not satanic. It's nothing like that. Because of the intensity, that's the only reason I want to try this. Because whatever is here is ancient, it's powerful, and I think fighting fire with fire might actually work on this thing.
What is this, Jay? Did you draw that?
I did. This is an ancient seal. Basically, I'm conjuring 3 demons. And because I have this seal, and the way I do the ritual, that these 3 demons will listen to me.
If you mess up one little thing, what's going to happen?
It could be really, really bad for me. It could be psychological. It could be haunted for the rest of my life.
You're really messing with spiritual stuff that...
Come on, dude. Dude, the shadows. I can't hear anything right now. Oh, what happened?
What's that?
Black shadows right on me. And they're all starting to... I just started losing my hearing's gone. Some greens. We're dealing with some ritual.
Yeah, that's why I want to fight fire with fire.
No.
We can counteract this.
No.
It's the only way.
Hey, it's not our problem. We should be
The only way.
It's not our problem.
We're here. We need to be cautious.
We decide to attempt to conjure this entity from underneath Goatman's bridge. We want to remind everyone that's watching this right now that this ritual is from ancient text and is not satanic whatsoever. As a precautionary measure, we will be excluding specific spoken sections of the ritual.
It's Mass, Siratai, Shablushai, Lipshuru, Rixi Shah, Namudi, Izizam Nima, Ilani, Rabitai, Shima, Yadabi, Ili, Ina, Alakai,
Something grabbed me. It grabbed me.
Alsai Ku, Nush, Ilani,
He was trying to throw her off the bridge.
Ia Mas, Sarati is Mas.
I just lifted my shirt up. I had 3 long scratches. I got angry. I felt I wasn't in control.
Siratai is Masaratu. No evil spirit, no evil demon, no mistress of the demon, no offspring of the demon, no evil in the world or under it, over the world or inside the world, may seize me here.
What? For what? Yeah, I know.
Turn the spirit box on. Put it in the center.
Put it on.
Oh, goddamn.
Yeah, you can.
Shot me in the back.
Who's responsible for
Hey,
what
yo,
happened
I'm a brother
upstairs
too.
on top of this
Why you
bridge?
shooting me as well?
Steve! Is this Steve? Steve. Who's responsible for what happened upstairs on top of this bridge?
Steve!
We kept getting this name on our EVPs about Steve. We were communicating with, I believe his name is Steve.
We had a voice that came over on the bridge that told us to leave. We asked who that was, and he told us it was Steve.
Did you like what just happened right here? Come on, answer us.
Mike.
I'm not sticking around.
Please don't abandon me, guys.
Something hit me, man. What's wrong with his eyes?
Stop. Yeah, I don't know how to say that one. I'm not going. The thing don't stole my baby.
We have now made contact with a negative entity that is known to haunt the Goatman's Bridge.
Did you like what just happened right here? Come on, answer us.
Mike.
Come on, answer us.
Mike. Mike.
Everybody starts to see.
Don't think this is a good idea.
Why is that?
I was with you the first time. So you shouldn't.
I'm all done. I gotta go.
Here, hey, I got that. No, I got this. You stay here. I can't do this.
What if I'm done too?
Someone's got to finish the ritual with Jay, and I'm not sticking around. Hey, honestly, I'd rather be around Zach because I feel comfortable.
Listen, I'm ready to opt out. I never wanted to do it to begin with, so I'm just saying. Just saying. I'll stay here till he finishes, but I'm leaving it for that because I don't feel comfortable. I never did.
That's true. This is all it's gonna cause is just everybody turn on everybody right now. Yeah. That's what's gonna happen.
You're exactly right.
The longer you stay here, the more power, you know.
We're feeling weird out here.
Come in the circle.
I don't want to.
No, Jay, I think
The circle's the safe zone. You're outside of it. It's stirred up out there right now. You're feeling it.
Please don't abandon me. That's not either.
Bill, just stay, dude.
Thanks.
No, I'm just saying, we're not leaving too far. We're right above the bridge, if anything. I wasn't either. I told you that. I wasn't either.
Something's not right. We all feel fear. We are turning on each other. Jay seems affected by something and doesn't want to leave the circle. I've had enough. And as I walk over the bridge, Billy follows me, and something very bizarre happens.
Be safe, Zach.
This is a safe area.
Bro. Oh my God, you guys. Zach, Bill.
What?
Zach walked over, the fire went out.
No, it didn't.
I swear to God that when he walked past, it went back up.
You said when you walked over.
Serious? I'm dead serious.
You guys need to come in the circle.
You guys need to get back down here, man. It's a bad idea to be up there.
It's not safe outside right now.
As Aaron begins to show a tremendous amount of fear, he finally convinces Jay to leave the circle and join Billy and myself up on the bridge. Aaron has no idea of the consequences that this decision will have on him.
You all right? What happened?
Something just came at me.
Oh, I'm coming. Where are you at?
What was that? Oh, something hit me, man. No. Whoa, dude. Something hit me, bro. See, look, this is where I was. Right here. How did I get all the way back there? Oh.
As we see Aaron's flashlight in the bushes, we also see an area about 20 feet away in the dirt where he landed. Something unseen picked Aaron up and threw him this distance.
Richard, I'm going to regular vision.
how did you hit the ground so hard? What's wrong with you? What's wrong with your face? You're like, what's wrong with his eyes? Dude, you see his eyes?
We see her over. Okay.
I'm bleeding everywhere, dude. I can feel blood just gushing out of me. Okay, here's what happened. I'm looking in here, and something came at me and hit me, and I literally, boom. And I was just, hey, I'm going to go look over here. I wasn't even rolling. Nothing, I don't know. It was just some, force. Just, boom, and I just, look where I landed.
You landed here.
And I happened here.
Did you feel something
hit
throw
me?
you back?
I got hit, and next thing you know,
But you look at your IR light is right here. You understand that?
okay, then this is where I was.
Your camera's a good 20 feet back there. That's where you landed, bro. This is where you were.
Honestly, this black mass just hit me, and I was just like, whoa! And then next thing you know, I'm all the way back there, dude.
This is also the exact same spot where earlier we captured the glowing eyes that had no body, and they were guarding the entrance to the forest.
And this is the entrance. It looks like a cave entrance is right here. As soon as he approached this, where we heard there's a bunch of baby dolls hanging from trees and satanic worshiping, is when you were right here, because your camera light's right there, Aaron. You landed 20 feet back there. You okay?
Shut up.
I saw something behind you.
I'm gonna black out, bro.
Zach, stop!
You open. You watch.
Aaron has been physically attacked on the Goatman's Bridge.
You okay? Shut up. I couldn't see you. All you looked like was a blur. And your light wasn't on. And I was just like, I was like, I felt like I got knocked down. I was so crazy where I was. You guys got up and stood up. And then you came up to me. I still wasn't, like, I wasn't there.
I know you're
pissed. I don't know where I was. Going on, dude. Oh, man. Wow. Something just hit me, man.
You alright, bro?
I flew back. Alright? I'm okay. I don't know why. I don't know why we come in here. I'm trying to get the real defensive. It's weird.
We now try to get Aaron back to base camp, but as we are crossing the bridge, he suddenly shuts down.
I heard you scream and fall, and I came running over here. And then when I got here, I saw something behind you. Like something just standing there. Some big-ass thing standing there.
Dude, I feel like I'm 20 feet tall, bro, and I'm just like not scary, like I want to get hurt, but like just, I feel like a giant in one of those movies, and they're just walking around like. Talk about, we've seen things get moved on us, but dude, I've never lifted. It was just a moment where it was like soft, and just like I was going, and it was just all black, and then when I hit, I woke up. Dude, I'm not gonna black out. I'm just getting all this like oxygen in me. Like something's strangling me.
I swear to God, I just saw it in my brain or there. It wasn't.
That's why I saw it behind. It was like a really tall figure, right?
Dude, it's standing behind me. Bro, I'm losing all my energy, man. I had all that energy.
Gone is the future.
Now I'm losing it.
Time is not on your side.
I'm gonna black out, bro. Yeah. Oh God!
What are you doing?
I don't know.
Stop! Stop, Zach. Stop. Let go of yourself. Let go of your hands. Let go of your neck. Let go of your Zach, let go of your neck. Stop it. Zach. Zach, stop, bro. Bro, stop. Go. Zach, let go of your neck. Help me. Zach, let go of your neck. He's not letting go. Bro, stop. Hey, Zach, stop. Hey. Zach, stop. Zach. Are you alright, Jay? He's alright, though. You okay, Aaron?
When he walks past me, his son's jumped on.
Jack, talk to me. Talk to me for a second. Breathe. Just breathe, dude. Breathe. You were gouging your own throat. Why were you doing that? We couldn't stop you.
Dude, I just woke up.
He just kept grabbing his throat like this and digging his fingers in his own throat, and he said he couldn't breathe. He was choking himself. So Jay tried to help him, and then he tried to fight Jay.
He pried his hands off, and then he started fighting me.
I blacked out right here, dude. I just passed out in my vest, and I woke up, and Zach was walking towards me, and out. And then
It transferred to him. It transferred to him and started affecting him.
we'll go home.
Week after week, we place ourselves at the threshold of unknown dimensions. And through our experiences at the Goatman's Bridge, the De Soto Hotel,
This isn't good.
and the Concordia Cemetery, we have unlocked a door to something that has scarred us.
Stand up if you can.
can't stand.
You gotta put your hands above your...
No, I can't stand.
Over the course of this road trip, the 4 of us have gone through hell together.
I wouldn't say it's a gift.
We have gazed inside the portals opened through horrifying rituals.
They could still be here.
And come through on the other side forever changed.
Is it her?
Let go. What's next?
While we always look to capture evidence on video, sometimes the most powerful forms of it are the unimaginable experiences that we record with our own bodies.
What are you making me go through?
The experiences that have seared themselves inside of us on this long road together can never be erased.
Time doesn't heal all wounds.
Mamá, ¿me puedes dar cereal? Por favorcito. Sí, por favor, madre.
You're trying to impress me.
Triple frickin' kill. Oh my god.
There are always consequences.
Are they always consequences? The tip touched here.
Should walk away.
Dumbass. Okay. I literally left the turret zone because it was shooting at me. I leave the zone and then he immediately goes into it and then starts getting shot at by the turret, and I'm like, wow. That was amazing. They're all Chinese players. I don't know if I should do the Chinese Tiananmen Square thing. Uh-huh. Oh god. Still messing around with that thing?
Let's make them notice.
Boobies.
What is he looking for? I missed something. Okay. Oh, looks like a bug. No? Okay.
Some of your employees are really terrified.
I've seen a
Some
What the hell?
Sex, drugs, and rock and roll. This is where it was.
Many of them were opening a door to the dump.
Motherfucker. What is this thing being a...
Sleep. There's many bad things here.
He killed 2 people.
I couldn't breathe.
Show us your power.
Oh my God.
There's the eyes.
What?
Whoa, what is that? Stop! We're messing with some ancient stuff. There are things in this world that we will never fully understand. We want answers. We have worked years to build our credibility, our reputation, working alongside the most renowned professionals in the field, capturing groundbreaking proof of the paranormal.
It's working!
I can't give you an explanation.
This is our evidence, our ghost adventures.
We are in the middle of nowhere in New Mexico, very close to the Mexico border, in a town called Deming. We are going to investigate an old school, Lewis Flats Elementary School. But it's not a school anymore.
After the original Lewis Flats school burned, it was eventually rebuilt here in 1956. It closed in the 1970s, was auctioned off, and in 1978 became the Adobe Deli Steakhouse.
It's full of weird objects, oddities, over 200 dead animals, taxidermy. It's just creepy and weird, and that's why I really liked it. It's kind of like that bar in From Dusk Till Dawn. Employees there are getting attacked while they sleep.
This whole land was originally Apache land, and the early settlers, they would have Apache raids where the Apache tribe would come in and literally slaughter the people in their sleep.
The owner's hobby of collecting taxidermy and oddities carries with it a dark and dangerous energy. Added with the violence and death between the Apaches and the settlers, this bizarre location is loaded with unexplained activity.
Holy. What?
There we go. Launch goes.
Van, nice to meet you. What do you say to your own staff members, your own daughter, that says that they have encountered spirits? One of them even claims that he was attacked by one of them while he was sleeping here. Like, where do you stand with us, the owner?
Through the 40 years of being here, I've had several customers that have come up to me and says, I just got a chill.
What's so amazing is that Aaron and I felt exactly what Van is explaining the moment we came in.
Feel this?
It's cold.
Yes. Oh my God. So these chills that people are feeling, these ghosts that people are seeing, I want to know now the reasons why you think this place is haunted by spirits.
One time, it would have to be 30 years ago, one of my customers, he was a bad alcoholic, and when he parked his car, Saccatone grass gets real dry, and the engine caught it on fire, and he burned to death. But the interesting story about this is that he was an Indian, and his family said, can we have an Indian ceremony here, which was basically right over there. And one of the Indian medicine men, as soon as the sun went down, he started pounding his 500-year-old drum till the sun came up.
Did they bring the pieces of his body here?
Yes.
They
pieces,
what?
They did. They had a box with his pieces plus the ashes. As soon as the sun came up, I took them to the top of the mountain. All of a sudden, one of them said, this is the place. They finished their ceremony and never heard from them again.
I was spared.
So let me ask you a question, because I'm a huge believer in objects containing energy. I found out that you own some objects that came from a house where there was a horrific murder. Is this true or is this false?
This is true.
Can you take me to the area where these objects are, and I want to hear about the details of the event?
Absolutely.
What happened?
He just killed 2 people over drugs. Everything went on the auction block that he owned, so I purchased quite a few pieces.
Can you point out some of the animals that came from this house?
One of them is that water buffalo over there.
Do you think that this water buffalo witnessed those murders? The murders happened in his house, right?
It did.
So how many pieces in total did you buy from this?
You know, I tell you the truth, I think 40 pieces I bought.
Wow, that's a lot.
Maybe even more.
What was that? Did you guys see that? Can you just excuse me 1 second? I don't know why that was a weird little thing that happened. I was talking to you and I saw a shadow move. I thought it was one of you guys, which you're all easily see. And it went from that direction, shot over here. Then I had a weird little jolt happen.
I saw the jolt.
And after I had the jolt, I don't know why, but I just wanted to come in here. And then when I came in here, I feel like this is the most negative room in the building.
It was in this very room that longtime friend and bartender Craig Jackson had what he claims to be the most emotionally profound experience of his life.
I've known Brooke and her family since I was 17 years old.
Brooke is Van's dog.
Yeah.
Yeah, I brought her in here. She seemed kind of like this room bothered her. Is there an area in here that you don't like to be?
Just anywhere in this area, because there's just a lot of activity.
I had slept in this room many times. This was a Saturday night, and the bar was full, and I had just been bar backing. And when I woke up, I remember feeling like I had 5 people sitting on top of my chest. I couldn't breathe. I felt chilled to my bone.
And you were awake?
I was completely cognitive. And when it finally broke free of me, the last thing that I remember is hearing, "Sit down." And then I could hear the stereo blaring from the bar on the inside.
So you were awake when you felt all of this on top of you. You couldn't move. You couldn't hear anything. Everything was dark, and then you heard this voice?
It was probably one of the most emotionally profound experiences that I've ever gone through in my life.
Considering how deeply affected Craig was by his experience in this room,
Craig, can you come here for a second?
I decide to go right into an EVP session.
Can you show us that you're here by touching that device near him so we can see that needle move? Can you do that now? Boom. You're not gonna believe what I just saw. Just as I said that, the needle on the device just spiked all the way.
Right on command?
Yeah. So it may be with you right now. No, it spiked. I'm talking buried the needle.
Are you angry?
If you can hear him make that needle spike, boom.
Saw it.
Just as I said that.
Wow.
Okay, somebody's there with you.
Did you know my dad?
Craig decides that he can't continue, and as Billy prepares the evidence review, I hear a noise coming from the kitchen.
What was that? Someone back here? What was that?
I heard that.
Who are you? This is really, really uncomfortable. It's like everywhere you walk, there's a set of eyes that are staring at you. But the eyes that are staring at us in this building are coming from dead animals that came from a very evil house where people were murdered. What was that? No. Hold on. You saw what I saw, right?
Yeah, it was quick, like someone walking past came right out.
But it was flowy. Here's the room that we were in. We see something go by the door. Jay and I see it clear as day.
What was that? Did you hear that?
Come here.
We don't capture any evidence on our cameras of what Jay and I witnessed, but there is an undeniable feeling that something is here. Something is trying to distract us from our investigation.
This is the second thing we saw.
Right.
This,
yeah,
we both saw.
Yeah.
Shadow figure I only saw. But look at what is above where the shadow figure appeared. Come here. These 3 paintings of these Native Americans. This is where I saw it.
There is something macabre here. It wants us out. It's using its malicious eyes to watch our every move. I now meet with Monica. She's been working here for 33 years, and she has witnessed firsthand the entity's desire to keep everyone away.
You know a lot about this place being haunted with spirits, fantasmas?
She's heard voices, she's heard footsteps. She's felt like somebody has been following behind her.
Has she ever done any type of blessings or rituals?
She was telling me earlier that a cousin of hers from Mexico came in and was trying to do a cleansing. And that about halfway through it, they had to take her out because she was affected by whatever was going on. And that she didn't seem to be herself.
Did you see with your own eyes your cousin become affected?
She said, yeah, she saw it, and that her cousin told her it was real heavy.
But that it was so severe that she had to come outside?
They had to take her out, but that's when they noticed she
wasn't herself.
Yeah.
What do you think is here? Why do you think a spirit would have made your cousin scared like that and not herself? Why? What type of spirit do you think is here?
Pero dijo que estaba pesado aquí.
¿Pero qué clase de espíritu cree o qué crees lo que está aquí? Okay. I asked her, what is it you think that's here? You think something here is bad. She's saying, que hay muchas cosas malas? There's many bad things here. Yeah, she said they were sitting right where you're sitting there, and they felt like somebody was physically pulling them back.
Was she scared?
¿Estaba asustada? Yes.
We've seen this before. We've seen people's voices be mimicked.
I really do feel uncomfortable.
Those are kill holes.
In Deming, New Mexico, the former Lewis Flats School has been keeping us busy with strange distractions. We now sit down to review Craig's EVP session to see if contact has been made.
We have an issue with all right, there's a particular FU, okay, that's crystal clear. And I don't remember you saying that. No. Can you play that so he can hear it on the louder speaker? Unbelievable.
No, I mean...
No, it spiked. I'm talking buried the needle. Play it one more time. There's nothing else that you could have said that could have sounded like this. I don't know how much more clear you could say FU, but you didn't say FU.
No.
We've seen this before. We've seen people's voices be mimicked.
We don't remember you saying this either.
This was a weird voice.
No, I never said that.
No, we know that's not your voice. We'll just play it.
Now.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Are you angry?
See, this is you.
This is you.
You're right next to the recorder.
Yeah,
this is a faraway voice. Play this again. Go. Something hallway.
Hallway or...
Go. Is here a hallway over?
Over, yeah.
The next voice we hear understandably affects Craig, proving how deep-rooted the energies are, and more importantly, how intelligent and personal they seem.
Did you know my dad?
I feel like I heard it say Mike. Like, right then when I asked if it knew my father's name.
Yeah. Is that your dad's name?
Did you know my dad? Did you know my dad?
I hear the kind of at the end. Mike.
I don't know if my shirt is too tight or what, man, but I really do feel uncomfortable. So I don't know.
After seeing how affected Craig was by his experience and seeing it in his eyes, this really affected him. So trying to figure out where these spirits came from, I think is multi-layered. You've got the land here, the school, the elementary school that once burned down to the ground. You've got the gentleman who was burned alive, and then they did the ritual with his remains in there. The artifacts that were taken out of a drug dealer's house, and he murdered people. So many different things, but I just overheard Van, the owner, say something about something else that he collects on property in the building right here, which is just about 40 feet from the school. And we're gonna go over there and look at Native American artifacts. But these artifacts have something to do with the burials of these people. If this is what I think it is, this could play a very, very, very huge role in the hauntings of what's going on here at this place. Hey, Van, can you take us in?
Absolutely.
Oh, wow. Van, these are membres. Those are kill holes.
Correct.
That's what they call those, kill holes.
All these here.
I can't believe that you actually have those.
Everything in here is anywhere from 900 to 1,500 years.
Jay?
I need to step out and process what this collection means. It's exactly what I thought it was, and it really changes the game.
Okay, so
Yeah, he has the membranous killhole bowls. Yeah. I know what membranous killhole bowls are. The membranous tribe, they would take these bowls, cut a hole in the middle. They would bury their people. They would place the bowl over the face for their spirit to be able to come through the hole. The bowl was an integral part of connecting the soul of the deceased to the spirit world. Somebody finds the bowl that is infused with that sacred burial, connecting to the afterlife. You take that. What does that bowl now do in your possession? I need to ask another question. Let's go. Have you ever noticed anything strange in your life or anything like that when you start bringing these in your house?
Maybe something has changed. Okay. I have seen people in the past that, oh my God, whoa, the spirit's there. You know.
They will say they see spirits?
They feel it.
They feel it when they look at these bowls?
Yes, sir.
Have you had any dreams at all about these bowls?
I've had several.
You've had several dreams about the Native Americans that were connected to these bowls? Yes.
But also, they kind of vanished off the face of the earth. We really don't know what happened to them. Now, feel that one.
I think this is the one time I'm gonna not hold the object.
Heart rate's going back up again.
Let us see what power you have.
I'm feeling an energy only in this room.
This is it, man. Are you sure you want to lock us inside of your establishment here? Are you more scared about that, or are you more scared about what's going to happen to us?
I'm a little more interesting what's going to happen with you guys tonight. And I think that would be the best. If you guys see something, you feel good about it, and you understand more than I would understand.
What if we get attacked like Craig?
I couldn't breathe.
Sorry, my friend.
That was a good one. Good answer.
Okay, so we are now officially locked inside of the compound. We cannot get out. There are barbed wire fence that is padlocked. We are secured. The only other living being that's locked down with us, besides us four, is Popo. Popo, just keep an eye on the perimeter. If anybody seems to intrude and tries to jump the fence and disrupt our investigation, will you please let us know? We'll see. Okay, let's go, guys. While we're locked down, we do have a nerve center over there and an old trolley car. We are now entering a very, very old elementary school full of artifacts. Some of them came from a drug dealer's house, and this is also where a patron of the bar, a Native American man, left and was burned alive, and his remains, his charred remains, were brought back in here, and a ritual was done with his family and friends in the bar. Those are just a few things. As we are not detecting anything paranormal on the bar side of the building, we head over to investigate the side where the classrooms were once located.
Hello. We would like to talk to you. We'd like to see you. We heard you earlier with Craig. You were very vocal. Do you mind telling us where you come from? A little bit about who you are, why you're here at this building in the middle of nowhere in New Mexico?
This room feels different.
It does.
This one feels totally different.
I was just gonna say that.
The second that we walk through that
I
door.
was just gonna say that. Heart rate's go back up again. It was totally chill then. Like you said, I feel great.
Hang on.
You got something?
That was really weird.
What happened?
I captured something here very interesting.
What did it look like?
As I pan the camera over to the side of the room where the fireplace is, where he slept and where he was attacked, I saw something map in from the ground and literally climb up the wall. Yeah, it was strange, and now I'm getting chills.
After I see this unexplained figure run up the wall, the atmosphere begins to change dramatically.
What I want to do real quick... Ooh, come here.
Oh, it's right here. It just started right there.
I don't feel
It's ice
anything.
cold. No, it's not.
Nothing's changed for me.
It just moved over. Let's see who you are. Appear. Visit us right now. Let us see what power you have. Throw some books off the shelves. I demand you. Show us your power.
Hold on 1 second, Zach.
Whoa.
I saw that. It just spiked.
Whatever cold air mass we were just feeling is now generating sudden bursts of unexplained electromagnetic energy. And as we are documenting this activity, back on the other side of the building, our X camera begins capturing the lights around the bar, doing very strange things. The entire 8 hours that this camera is rolling, this is the only light anomaly that is captured. Could this anomaly be connected to the strange phenomena that's associated with the lights? I now send Billy over to investigate this anomaly, while Aaron will begin investigating the area where we just documented a figure climbing up the wall. At this point, I want to be back at Nerve Center where I can observe everything and everyone simultaneously.
Right now, I'm coming up over top of the bar with the full spectrum camera in the attic space. Is there anybody in here with me?
Let's use this and talk, all right? I'm gonna try this out really fast, see if I can't just get something to come through here, because I do have good luck with this. It's the Oculus 3. I'm feeling an energy only in this room. Could you tell me why that is? Laugh. Are you getting a kick out of this? Me running around here and stuff?
What was that? It sounded like someone crashed in there. Which room?
Where am I? Bro, where am I, dude? I don't know.
You trying to say that I disturbed a spirit?
Curse!
Stop. Stop.
At the Lewis Flat School in Deming, New Mexico, Aaron is being taunted by an entity.
What was that? It sounded like someone crashed in there. Which room?
All of a sudden, it sounds like something metallic is thrown with force behind the bar where Aaron just received the word laugh.
Are you getting a kick out of this? Me running around here and stuff?
Could this spirit be throwing objects in order to get amusement from Aaron's reactions? We all decide to regroup at Nerve Center.
I was at base camp with Jay. Aaron went into the center room and we heard a sound like a piece of silverware flying across the floor.
Yeah.
You were on the other side.
I was on the other bar.
Up on top.
Right.
Okay, so you weren't anywhere near there to have knocked anything down. When we saw you, you didn't knock anything down.
No.
So let's go back to that center room area. That's where we heard it. That was the audio that it was on.
Because Aaron received the word laugh on the Ovilus 3, I decide to use a newer version of the device called the Ovilus 4 to see if this spirit will continue communicating.
It's like somewhere, some like 10 thing or some ding. Wait.
Disturb Z? So Z disturbed 1. Zach disturbed 1? I disturbed 1 what?
The second you came in.
Right when you walked in.
So the second I walked in, Z, which is my nickname, disturbed 1. You trying to say that I disturbed a spirit? What did I disturb? Was it things that I said? Can you tell me where you are in this building? Ooh. Got a chill on the right side of my neck. Ah, gosh. Stop.
What'd you just
stop? Not you, though. I'm sorry, dude.
It's okay.
Group us.
Bar. It says group bar? After bar.
That's us. After the bar closed, we're the group in. Dude, think about it. The noise that happened with being there.
We are unsure of what group after bar means right now, but later these 3 words will chill us to the bone. As we make our way over to the room where Aaron was just by himself, we continue to receive disturbing messages.
Apocalypse. Curse.
What?
A curse!
You just bought that bull.
You just bought the bull.
I didn't get it, but it said apocalypse before curse.
I heard it.
Apocalypse.
It just said you're cursed for teasing the altar. Guys, this is scary.
Yeah.
This is, and I'm frozen. Ooh, and I'm getting pains in my lower back right now.
You are? Let me step back.
Do you see this? It said that in sequential order.
Yeah,
and before, I wasn't able to catch it, but before it said curse, it said apocalypse.
What does that mean?
It said you teased the altar, now you're cursed. But what altar? I didn't tease any altar.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, you
What
did.
are you talking about? Yeah, I did.
The bowl that you bought is part of a ceremony, and someone dies.
Of
It's
an
like,
altar.
It's a curse.
Just before lockdown, the owner Van Jacobson offered to sell me one of his sacred Native American kill-hole bowls, which was used to cover the face of a deceased Mimbre Native American during burial. As a collector, I couldn't turn this offer down, so I purchased the sacred bowl. Could these messages be connected to that exchange?
It's a curse. Teasing the altar.
Life. What is it?
Knife, wish, disease.
What?
I received 3 final words: knife, wish, disease. Could this entity, who has already stated apocalypse and curse, now be wishing a disease on me? Soon, the word knife will tie into a major event.
What did you throw in here? Can you do it again? Show yourself. We do not mean any disrespect.
Whoa.
No. Guys?
Yeah.
I think I just saw something.
What?
I don't know. It looked like a shadow or something.
As I'm panning around this room, I see what appears to be a black mass move outside beyond this window, and it looks terrifying. Without hesitation, we immediately run outside to see if this is a person who has broken into the compound.
Guys, come here real quick. Why are we outside?
Is this the door where we were just at?
Wait a minute. That
Yeah, it is.
looks
This is the second room.
Yeah.
I saw something right here.
Seriously?
Yeah.
What is that?
Bones. We're in skinwalker territory.
Something just fell again.
Right there. There's the eyes.
Outside the Lewis Flat School in New Mexico, we find a pile of crushed animal bones.
Whoa, look.
What is that?
Bones.
Oh, that is bones. Smashed up, too. Look, it's all crushed.
Right where this person would have been positioned, we discover what appear to be animal bones smashed all over the concrete. I'm now starting to wonder if this could be something else that we previously encountered in New Mexico.
Hey guys, we're in skinwalker territory.
Oh, we're back.
I was just thinking that too.
They know us.
We're dealing with animal spirits and stuff like these bones crushed up. And what's drawn in all the bottom of those bowls? We're in skinwalker territory. And we're messing with some ancient stuff.
I can't wrap my head around what I just saw through this window. And while we are addressing the possibility of a skinwalker, we also have to ask ourselves, is this a living person trying to mess with us? Or could this person be using these animal bones to put some type of curse on us?
Church is gone. Somebody go this way. Whoa, what is that? What? Where?
What's up?
What was that? I didn't see anything. Something just ran across. Yeah, right there. Right there. There's the eyes.
All of a sudden, I see something run across the field, and I'm not sure what it is. It doesn't really look like a cat, a dog, or even a coyote. We then notice a pair of eyes out there staring back at us.
Oh my God, I got it.
You do?
Yeah. Look. What is that?
Billy immediately goes towards these glowing eyes, only to discover that it's just an aluminum can reflecting our lights back at us. So this isn't a skinwalker or any other creature. All of a sudden, Jay calls and tells us he's hearing more noises in the room where earlier something was thrown. So we begin looking for what could have made the sound that caused Aaron to run out of the building.
We can go off night vision.
Yeah.
It definitely was on hard surface.
I heard it back here. That, right there. Well, don't touch it. Don't touch it. Don't touch it. Let me see. It sounded like silverware. Hold on.
What is it?
It's a knife.
That's the only silverware I see anywhere.
I walked through here earlier. There wasn't silverware on the ground.
Wait, hang on. There's a dime.
Hang on, wait. Drop the silverware.
Drop the knife. Throw it here. Throw it here. Throw it here. So what it sounded like?
A bit louder.
Wait a minute. This said something about a knife.
It did?
Oh, it did. It said, remember, it said knife.
Our earlier messages through the Ovilus all appear to have meaning, and after we discover this knife on the ground, it becomes clear that this spirit is using our devices to communicate.
You did say that.
Oh, how symbolic is that?
I gotta stop.
Dude, how symbolic is that? What's wrong?
Oh, that's weird.
What's wrong?
In a panorama right underneath my lower rib. Bad. Like a cramp out of nowhere. I was gonna sit down. Oh, God.
Just as Aaron receives a sharp pain, he sits down, drops his head, and then this strange light anomaly shoots out of him.
First it was hurting.
Wait, weren't you saying you had it in your lower back? And now I'm getting it right here. I wonder if since we're talking about the knife, like now I'm feeling like a pain. I wonder.
Now watch as this anomaly reappears, only to go right back into Aaron.
Super significant, that knife. What was that? What? You didn't hear something fall in there again? Something just fell in here again. Something just fell again.
Yeah, I heard that too. I heard something.
It wasn't metallic. It was just something hard. Stick, I don't know, something. Let's look again. I think it's just toying with us. Oh, I got chills right now.
Whoa.
What is that?
Whoa, that wasn't there. That was not there.
Why is that in the middle of the floor?
I don't know.
That was not there.
It was not there.
The knife was.
Look what it says.
It's all about me. Oh my God. I just got the chills.
It's all about me.
Yet again, an object has been thrown or moved in the same area, but this time it's the message on the object that's truly compelling. It's all about me.
Ooh, look at that. And look what you're standing by. Look behind you.
Oh my gosh. Where did this come from?
Oh man, I'm getting really scared.
Get up. Come on.
While investigating in Deming, New Mexico, we receive a frightening message.
Whoa, that wasn't there. That was not there.
Right underneath. Look at that pictures. Yeah, look at it. God.
Dude, if that's not symbolic right there.
Where did this come from?
This is crazy compelling. A sign, a knife, it comes through on the device. You see a shadow over there. You go there, there's skulls and animal pieces.
It even said the bar. It even did say the bar.
Yeah,
it said the group at the bar. Us. The group at the bar.
Maybe the group at the bar and these guys on the roll.
Oh, Jay, you're right. This is the group after the bar.
Oh, after the bar.
You walk past the bar, the group after the bar,
and it's about
This is
me.
where the knife was thrown.
Yes.
Now the sign just was thrown.
Yes.
The group after the bar. And look what appeared right here in this room. This is the room.
Yes.
Oh God, I got chills.
Yeah.
On my body.
That made my hair stand straight up on end.
This is awesome.
Could these spirits be telling us that they are Native Americans, possibly from an ancient time? This painting of the group after the bar is also in the area where all of the powerful activity is occurring. Because of this, I decide to leave Aaron in here all by himself so I can see how they will react to only one of us.
What's up? You know me already. I'm the one. What is that? You know me, I'm the one who's real jumpy in this room, and I want no problems, okay? I want no problems. I'm just gonna ask you some questions to try to find out a little bit more about what's going on in here, okay? I respect you, the group of this place, okay? I do. Would you like to say anything about what just happened? Is it okay that Zach has the bowl? Be honest. Guys, when I said that, oh man, I'm getting really scared. When I said that, this huge blah, 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 like, I can't explain it, dude, just was like coming at me, and then you heard this bang. Is it okay that Zach has the bowl? Be honest. Right when I mentioned about, I just saw something in the hallway.
He's getting scared of his own reflection.
I just smell really bad rotten egg.
What the hell was that?
Something just moved.
Yeah, something just moved.
I'm out. I'll get out. Something's just telling me to get out.
As Aaron returns to base camp, we all find him sitting with his head down and he is visibly shaken. Then we notice blood coming from the top of his head, but we never see him on camera hitting himself, nor does he recall ever hitting his head.
Here, don't touch it, dude, because you got blood all over your head.
Is it bad?
No, it's a nick. Just a little nick.
Dude, it's got me punch drunk right now. Like, I am dizzy. My knees buckled and I just fell. Like, it knocked me down. I felt like I just got off a roller coaster. It was just spinning.
Here, get up. Come on.
Yeah, you need to sit down somewhere.
It seems as though our investigation of this old elementary school turned bar restaurant has been plagued by non-recent events, which we believe are forces from ancient cultures and curses. This is one investigation that we will never, ever forget, and a location that I'm sure will never forget us.
This is no joke, man. This is as serious as it gets.
Anyone that comes here, you pay a price.
Krishna Venta. He was a cult leader.
He thought he was Jesus Christ.
He's scary.
There's something going on.
A pure Krishna Venta.
Oh my God.
It leaves a toll on everybody. Everybody.
There are things in this world that we will never fully understand. We want answers. We have worked years to build our credibility, our reputation, working alongside the most renowned professionals in the field, capturing groundbreaking proof of the paranormal.
It's working! I can't give you an explanation.
This is our evidence, our ghost adventures.
Where we're going right now is very serious. We're going to go investigate a place called Kay's Hollow in Kaysville, Utah. It's a place where people go to commit suicide. This is a place where devil worship takes place a lot because there's a cross there. This cross was erected back in the 40s in honor of a man named Krishna Venta. He was a cult leader. He called himself the new Messiah. This guy wasn't a good guy.
Born Francis Penkovic in San Francisco in 1911. In later years, he lived as a burglar, thief, and charlatan. In 1951, he changed his name to Krishna Venta and began to amass a large group of disillusioned followers, preying on their need to be saved and taking possession of all their belongings.
And years later, he was killed. Him and a lot of his followers, I think like 10 of them, were actually blown up with dynamite. Now, the mysterious thing is, the cross that was made in his honor was blown up in 1992, and many people think that somebody blew it up to stop the dark powers coming through it.
The ruins of this destroyed cross is the central hub of evil that has caused attacks, possessions, and influenced suicides. It's strictly forbidden to enter into Kay's Hollow at night.
This is no joke, man. This is as serious as it gets. We rented a couple of these off-road vehicles because this is the direction that we're headed in right here. If you look at this mountain, that's the direction we're headed to.
As we start making our way towards Kay's Hollow, we begin noticing evidence of devil worship.
Looks like an old well. Look at the satanic symbol on the well. There's an upside down pentagram. I think we're coming up on the little bridge right here.
Is that the cross?
That's it.
No way.
There's an upside down cross right here.
Zach, that's the second one we've seen.
When you start seeing satanic markings, then this is worship, where people are calling upon
the devil as an entity, as a god, to open a gateway to his demons and to do bad things. This cross was actually built in 1946 by the Kingston family for Krishna Venta. Joshua Kingston, a descendant of the Kingston family who built this cross in honor.
Just out of like a religious excitement surrounding what Krishna Venta was saying and teaching.
Would it be safe to say that your family was kind of brainwashed by him at that point?
He was a charismatic guy, and he got a lot of people to believe in him.
So who did he think he was?
He thought he was Jesus Christ.
The Jesus Christ. Did he do some of his teachings here?
Yes.
Okay, so that takes things to a whole different level now.
Yes,
because he was murdered.
Yep.
Right? And he was murdered by a couple of his fellow followers.
Yep. He was starting to get a little too friendly with some of his followers' wives.
Really?
And so they got tired of it.
And what killed him is what destroyed the cross.
Right.
The people responsible for blowing up the cross in 1992 have never been identified. The case is unsolved.
A ton of injury between the cross and the branch right here where the man hung himself.
A man hung himself right there?
Yeah.
On that tree?
About 10 years ago.
And you can look at how close it is to the cross.
Yep. A lot of things have happened right here in this clearing, so.
How many suicides have happened on this property?
That we know of, two suicides. There was a younger gentleman that was camping and took his life one day out there.
We now meet Bennett, whose experience reflects the power of the sinister and dangerous energy that infects Kay's Hollow.
You've been out here before. How many times?
Probably around 20 now.
Do you do worshiping? Do you do rituals? Do you do anything?
Don't do any of the worshiping.
So I want you to tell me about what happened to you on one particular night that was rather extreme. What happened?
So it came down my first time at the cross. We were laughing. I'm just completely happy, energetic, like I'm just my happy self, you know? And then we get down to the cross, and then maybe about an hour in, I start feeling like I need to go behind the cross down this one trail.
Why?
Something was telling me I had to go down there. Something I didn't understand it at the time. I still don't fully understand it, but they were
pulling you?
They were pulling me.
Okay.
Absolutely. They had to have me down in there.
What do you mean they? Who's they?
A female and a male.
Okay.
A female was trying to, it sounds weird, but it felt like she was trying to pull me in to give me over to this male. I wandered down by this gate. It was kind of this little clearing. I bent down on the ground, and I was kneeling in this clearing, and I was talking to somebody. I couldn't see who it was, but it was male, it was dominant, it was not nice. And I just kept getting this thing in my head, follow me in, follow me, like it wouldn't go away. And I couldn't do anything, and they told me my eyes would glaze over, and I started throwing up right there. And then I stood up to try to get out, and my legs wouldn't move. I was terrified of him, but this female took over me, so I had no control, none. They carried me out, and as I was being carried up out of this trail, out of this clearing, he followed. I could see the shadow figure following me all through the trees, all up along the trail. It was just this black mass. He did not want me out. The energy was dominant, angry, possessive. He's scary.
Do you think it's this Krishna?
He definitely has like a leadership quality.
Could Krishna Venta's desire for controlling women, the very desire for which he was murdered for,
He was starting to get a little too friendly with some of his followers' wives.
be the energy that is drawing Bennett to him?
Nothing has ever tried to lure me into his darkness. Nothing has ever felt that dark for me before.
I'm just asking whether it's him, but outside of that, it could be anything that man has conjured here, straight from hell.
During the day, it's beautiful, it's peaceful, and then at night, it's like the energy just releases and it's dark.
Have you seen any effects on anybody else here?
It leaves a toll on everybody. Everybody.
An entity with this kind of power and insatiable desire for human consumption is terribly dangerous, both mentally and physically. Vincent has also been affected by the immense power that surrounds Kay's Hollow.
So we just met with Bennett?
Yes.
Were you here that night? that happened to her?
Yes, I was actually the one that noticed she was gone, and one of the 3 that helped carry her back up to home base. She was adamant.
So you witnessed it all?
Absolutely.
Okay. So how bad is this place?
It's got its own energy, and I don't know if it's the cross that's dark or just the intention of everything that's happened over the last 60 years that people have brought in. Because we've had devil worshippers. I've walked up on a cow's heart on the cross. I've had pig's blood poured on my car.
On your car?
Yes.
While you were here?
Yes. So I don't know if
so
it's
they're
like a
here.
warning.
They're here a lot.
Oh, absolutely. It's intriguing because it's so beautiful here when you go down to the cross, and it's just a different beast. There's a legend that on a full moon, if you touch the cross, it'll burn you. So I laid on the cross, fully clothed, and a few hours later, I had not scratches, but 3 burns, and they looked like upside-down crosses. And that was a dark experience, because that was the first time that I personally have been physically touched, and that was dark to me. And then seeing what happened to Bennett was disgusting.
What happens at night?
You see dogmen, you see cloaked figures. There's dogmen, a dog-like creature with a human face. They watch over this place. Anyone that comes here, you pay a price.
Just as Vincent and I begin to return to the cross, we all hear a cryptic voice.
The wildlife here.
What was
that? The wildlife here.
What was that? Did you hear it on audio? Did you hear that?
I heard it, yeah.
It's really incredible how the dark energy of this forest expands from the depths of the hollow to the peaks of the hills. The reach of the entities here is extremely unsettling, but careful investigation of the entire area is crucial. As we're walking back, we see something half buried at the base of the cross.
Vincent, right here, there appears to be something wrapped up in a cloth. I won't touch it.
No idea, yeah.
But I want to know what's in it. It looks like it's been there for a while. Jay, you're good with this kind of stuff, though.
Part of rituals is when you're done the ritual, you're supposed to actually hide whatever remnants are left, like the ashes or whatever you burned or whatever you...
Do you want to open it?
Yeah, I mean, I would...
It's your knife, so I thought I'd give it the honor. I'd do it, but I mean, it's your knife. You know, it just makes sense.
Right. I see what you did there. It was a nice little...
Okay.
There's teeth in there.
Your children are seeing spirits.
Right.
I ask that no harm come to thee.
What's up with Utah? Weird stuff here.
In Kaysville, Utah, we open up a ritual bag we discovered at the base of Kay's Cross. And what we find is extremely disturbing.
There's teeth in there.
Like of a human?
There's some clover, some flowers. See that?
You know what's weird, though?
Dude, why does that look fresh?
The bag looks old as dirt, but the berries, like, it's not... Like, why wouldn't they be wilted?
Because we opened a ritualistic offering, disposing of it is crucial, or it can have dangerous effects on all of us. We can't just leave it, so Jay is taking the necessary steps to return these items to a safe resting place.
This ritual found by me, I meant no harm or disrespect to thee. I ask that no harm come to thee, and bury these things respectfully. So note it be, so let it be done, Jay.
Hopefully this sign of respect will get through, because if it doesn't, we're in for more trouble than we originally thought.
I'm having lots and lots of flashbacks at Oyabachu Forest.
I think this is it.
Oh my God.
We're here.
Hold it, get out of here. Look at it. Different, but the same. The forest is an alternate dimension. You're just concentrating that small space with everything bad and evil that you can even fathom.
When we drove down in there, it was like you could just, as soon as you cross that bridge, it was a whole different moment.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
The second you cross the bridge.
You enter this bubble, and there's the bubble full of all this negative.
Yeah.
And then as soon as you come out,
It's like St. Anne's Retreat. Remember we crossed the bridge?
Yeah.
And the second you cross the bridge, I mean, that was right here in Utah, too.
What's up with Utah?
Yeah.
There's some weird stuff
There's
here.
some weird stuff here. I'm really curious to see what happens at this place at night. Whatever's been conjured from all those rituals is in that forest, and they're waiting literally to come out of the ground. Why are people going to the remnants of the cross to kill themselves? So I want to get more answers from the neighbors here. There's a house over here, and I actually want to get up over here. Let's go over here. I'm not taking this investigation like, okay, we did our interviews, good. Let's just go get a nice meal and prepare for lockdown. I'm concerned. I'm concerned for the safety of myself and my crew. Of not just what can happen to us physically out here during the investigation, but long-term effects. So I'm literally going to go knock on doors right now to the neighboring houses that are around Kay's Hollow. So we're going to go up here and we're going to do what we have to do because I want more information. Stay back. Stay back. Don't just walk up with cameras. Hello.
Hi.
How you doing? Good. My name is Zach, and we're filming a TV show, and we're filming investigating the Kay's Cross, Kay's Hollow area. Okay. And we've been hearing a lot of stuff about it. And I was just wondering, can I talk to you for a minute? Okay. How long have you lived here in this house for?
Almost 8 years.
8 years. Have you ever ventured down into Kay's Hollow before?
Yeah, I've been down there several times.
Have you had any experiences while you're down there by the cross?
One night, I was walking down on the trail on the way to the cross, and then I heard a low growl. And I know what kind of animals we have on this property, and there isn't any like that.
Were you near the cross?
I was near the cross.
Okay. When you heard the growl, did you feel anything?
I felt terrified.
You did. Have you ever had things happen in your house?
My son said he saw red eyes.
You saw red eyes?
Red eyes staring back at him. My kids have seen things out here.
Out here? What kind of things?
My daughter, she was looking in that direction, and she said she saw somebody behind the tree and just kind of poked out at her and smiled at her.
How old's your daughter?
She was 7.
She was 7. Mm-hmm. Okay. So your children are seeing spirits out in your front yard?
Right.
Have you ever found any dead animals on your property?
The previous owner said they had some chickens, and they were killed, and they were put in a circle down by the cross.
Yeah, so we're definitely, we're playing with something heavy. People are coming here to this cross to create doors to hell. This forest, instead of full of squirrels and bunnies, and it's full of creatures and demons and the things that have red eyes that our son has seen. And it's drawing people in to kill themselves. That's as extreme as you can get. The whole vibe just completely changed.
Have people been out here doing rituals?
I heard like 2 loud crashing sounds. We are standing at the gates of Kay's Hollow. What is inside this forest is highly dangerous. And I'm going to tell you why. Because of what we discovered, the bag that we opened, the different rituals that take place there, the intent of what these rituals are meant to do to the living, and the doorways that they want opened to all of the devil's creatures to do nothing but harm. Inside here, there has been multiple suicides, which I believe have been influenced by what people have been conjuring here. Absolutely. Who knows what came out of the portals that these people are opening here for decades?
With the sun finally sinking below the horizon, it is now time to do what we were told not to do. Enter Kay's Hollow at night.
All right, got Jay and Aaron behind us. Me and Billy in this truck, and they're following, but we're passing through the gate right now to Kate's Hollow. Oh, man, this is it.
Stop. Look right there.
What is that house right there?
I don't know.
Whose house is that?
There's a house?
Yeah. I don't remember seeing a house. Do you? No.
We notice an old abandoned house, so I immediately send Aaron and Billy to investigate while Jay and I run surveillance from the perimeter.
Be careful, guys.
What is this place?
Whoa, dude, come here. Bill.
Yeah.
Look. Look at this.
What the hell? There's a basement?
Just had a weird feeling something creepy happened down here, like a ritual, and it was a trap. Is that true? Have people been down here doing rituals?
Aside from some very strange feelings, Aaron and Billy receive no further evidence, so we decide to press on down the path, inching our way closer to the ruins of